What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today you do just have me again for the second video tonight. Unfortunately, both videos tonight are just going to be me. Millie's asleep. I don't have a heart to wake up. We do this because we enjoy it. I fancy doing some reactions. You've got to put up with my ugly mug. I do apologise. But we are checking out today 6 things I do in America but never in the UK. Going to be interesting. I kind of wonder whether this is stuff which she can do in the UK but never does, or if this is stuff which you can't even do in the UK and it's like, oh my god, yes, America. You know what I mean? We'll see. Smash that like button if you're enjoying all the content, guys. Smash that subscribe button as well. You're absolute legends. Would honestly really appreciate it. Let's check it out. What have we got?
Since moving to America from the UK, I've picked up a few habits that I never had before.
Okay.
Things that I never would have done in the UK, but now I do them without even thinking about it.
Okay.
Now, some of these things will be totally normal to Americans, but others I'm not quite sure about.
I'm going to let you know.
So, for number
British
one,
view.
I'm not sure if it's just me being nervous, if it's a state thing, a town thing, or if it's actually just an American thing.
Okay.
So let me know below. But obviously, living in America, you drive on the opposite side of the road.
Yeah.
Takes a bit of getting used to, but I
Yep.
am pretty confident with it now. Turning right on a red light took me a little bit longer to get used to, and I was on the receiving end of quite a bit of road rage with this one. But I think I am pretty good with that as well now. My issue is, when there's a red light, people don't seem to pay attention to it. It feels more like a guideline than a legal order. The amount
Wait,
of
what?
times that I've come to a stop at a red light and a car, a motorbike, or a big van has gone flying past me is unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
And the amount of near misses I've seen is absolutely crazy. So every time that I'm at a red light and it turns green, I just sit there. I just sit there for a little bit longer than necessary.
Okay.
Long enough just to check that no one is going to fly into me.
You know what? Again, that is mad that people are ignoring red lights. Obviously, it must happen in the UK in some aspects. I'm not saying it doesn't. I've never really seen it myself personally, but obviously you're gonna have idiot drivers who do it. But it's just dangerous. Like, why? I don't get it. Like, genuinely. And this is the same with drink driving. It's the same motto in my mind. For the sake of like drink driving, just getting a taxi home, $5, $10, whatever it is. If you can, I guess if you can afford to go out and drink, you can afford a taxi home, I guess. If you can go and live that life of going out, drinking, you can afford to get a taxi home. But for the sake of that time, and for the sake of what? You're saving maybe a minute, minute and a half? Let's stretch it out to even you're saving 3 minutes by not waiting at that red stop sign. It's like, but you're putting your life where someone could come from the side, crash into you and kill you for the sake of 3 minutes? It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. You know what? Maybe next time in America, I'm just going to stop. I didn't see it personally, so we just went on red lights, but maybe I'll think twice now. I don't know.
Now, this hasn't just happened once or twice or even 3 times. It's all the time. So now this is my daily routine.
Fair enough.
I never just go on green like I would have in the UK. In fact, back home, I would be already edging forward looking at the opposite lights to turn red, like most people do.
Yeah.
But here, I just wait and double check that it's safe, probably irritating the person behind me. And while we're on the topic of cars, the second habit is that I don't even think about walking anymore. I drive everywhere. And there's actually 2 reasons for this one. The first reason is because there's just no footpaths. So where I live, there's just no footpaths. And even if there were, there are just so many drive-through options that it just makes life quicker and easier.
Yeah.
Drive-through banks and drive-through pharmacies are probably the biggest convenience I've noticed.
Yeah, it's mad.
I've never seen either of those in the UK. I know they exist, but I have never ever.
I should just assume it. I don't think they exist. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. Weirdly, when we was in America, we did have a hike up, but we actually did quite a lot of walking, especially in Austin, which out of the touristy places we went, I'd have expected the place in Austin was not touristy where we went. I'd have expected no sidewalks if there weren't going to be any. We were raving about the sidewalks. There was the grass between the sidewalk and the main road. Apart from one bit, there was one ropey bit, and we loved it. So maybe that's state dependent.
Seen them anywhere back home.
But the drive-thrus, mad. Absolutely mad, and I love it.
I do come from a small town, not a big city, so that's probably a factor, but they are everywhere here.
Mhm.
And the second reason is that everything is just spread out. And that just comes down to the fact that it is so much bigger here. Obviously, it comes down to where you
True.
live. You might live in a town with all your local shops quite close by. Back home, I would take a 10 to 15-minute walk to either go to the supermarket or to take my daughter to the park or to
Okay.
meet up
Yeah.
with people. But here, it's about the same time in the car to do the exact same things. Now, that doesn't mean I don't walk anymore. It just means I drive to the location and then I get out and
Then do
I
the walking.
walk. But just to get from A to B, I can't do that. I can't walk. I have to drive
Ooh,
to
look at
then
that
walk.
flag. Yeah,
And
fair
another
enough.
habit that I picked up is tipping, properly tipping.
Very
So
American.
in the UK, I would tip occasionally, usually if I had exceptional service and spare cash on me. But it wasn't something I planned for. I'd never think ahead to have enough for 20%. I'd just leave the £5 note I had in my purse. And that's
Oh, yeah, I mean, we are very similar. When we're in the UK, obviously, when we're in America, completely different. We want to respect your guys' culture. But in the UK, we do tip. But I don't. We don't necessarily go, what's 10%, what's 20%. I know it's easy to work out, but we just thought, oh, we've got a bit of change here. Do we all want to put a couple quid in? Everyone puts a couple quid in if there's a big group of you. So we do tip at restaurants. Obviously, you don't have to all the time, and it's a lot less, I guess, pressured. Because I mean, in the US, you don't have to tip if you don't want to. But in the UK, it's kind of like, oh, it's a bonus, I guess, not a expectation. Hairdressers, we tend to tip. At least in my experience, we tend to tip, and that's about it. Like restaurants, hairdressers. That's the only two things I can think of in the UK we tip. We don't tip at bars and stuff like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my experience.
not because I'm not a tipper. It's just not part of our culture,
Yeah.
not as much as it is here in the States. And I've never liked tipping on card. I've just never trusted that the
That's
staff
fair enough.
actually get that money. But that is just me. I don't actually know if that's true, but I've just personally never liked to tip on card. So here, I make a point of having enough cash on me to have a 20% tip whenever we go out.
Okay.
It's become part of the normal routine. And it's not just restaurants either. The hairdresser, the diner, anywhere that provides a service. In the UK, I would rarely have cash on me at all or plan to leave a tip before I'd even had the service. So I don't even know if the service is going to be good. But the next habit I've picked up is actually an unhealthy one.
Okay.
And it's definitely not something I
Fast
do
food?
back in the UK. And that's not because I'm super healthy. It's simply because the bacon is different.
Ooh.
In the UK, yes, we have streaky bacon.
Yeah, it's
But the
good.
main everyday option is back bacon,
Yeah,
the thicker,
which is also
meatier,
good.
and leaner cut. In America, it's all about that super crispy bacon, the kind that practically shatters as you bite it.
Which
So
I do like.
because
I
it's
do.
crispy and salty, I now pour syrup on it.
Ooh.
Syrup on bacon. That is
Yeah, that is mad. If you're in the UK and someone says something like syrup, bacon, what you on about? But because I know it works from when we've been in America, I'm like, yeah, it's quite good.
it's just not a thing back in the UK
No, it's
with
not.
back bacon. You could do it, but I don't really think it would be nice or taste
Yeah.
the same. But I'm sure you could try it. The only time I ever had proper American style crispy bacon in England was at an American diner,
Fair
where
enough.
it felt like a treat. Here, it's just a normal part of breakfast. And syrup on bacon is totally normal, and I have happily embraced it. The fifth habit is all about coffee. So in
Okay.
the UK, I would just have coffee with milk and a sweetener. That was my standard, and probably the standard for a lot of Brits.
I think
Very
so.
boring British cup of coffee. Creamer isn't really a big thing back home, mostly because people are used to using milk, and we don't have aisles and aisles full of all these different flavors of creamer. We do have it, but it still isn't as big as it is here.
And I guess just to highlight how not big it is, I had never heard of cream until we did these videos on American culture and stuff like that. I just never come across it in the UK before, personally.
And it never became part of the everyday coffee routine in the same way. But here in America, I have become obsessed with it. Every time I go shopping, I end up picking a new one to try. I do try
Fair
and
enough.
stick to the sugar-free option to try and keep the calories down, but the range here is unbelievable.
Okay.
And I actually only got into it because when we first moved here, we went to a little diner and the coffee came with creamer, not milk. And that's how the habit started.
That's
And I
how they
haven't
get
had
you.
milk in my coffee since I moved here. So
Wow.
I'm absolutely hooked. It's just bigger here, bigger bottles, more choice. And now it is just completely part of my morning routine. And the last habit I've picked up is probably my favorite. In the UK, we do decorate. Of course we
Yep.
do, but not usually this early and not for every single season. So here, every season has its own decor moment. And I've somehow collected a wreath for each one. A fall wreath, a summer wreath, Halloween decorations, all of it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I thought, what video was it? I don't know what video it was, but me and Millie spoke about this because we had a fall wreath on our door, and I just thought it was a Halloween one. I did not know we were starting to decorate for that because in the UK you don't decorate for the seasons, or at least it's not that common. I didn't even know you did it. But we're starting to do it, and I'm guessing Millie's picked it up from you guys.
And the timing, that's the biggest change. Halloween lasts for the entire month.
Fair
Then the
play.
minute that it's over, Christmas begins.
Yeah.
So we got home from our road trip still in November, and Christmas lights were already up. Trees were glowing
To a
in
grand
windows,
scale,
wreaths
I'm
on
guessing.
doors, full displays outside. It looks so cozy and festive. So, of course, I join in. And now I decorate early too. My Christmas tree is already up and all the decorations are out. I'm just waiting patiently for my husband to put the lights up outside. It just
Eventually.
makes the excitement last longer. And with a 3-year-old, it is even more special.
Yeah.
So if you relate to any of these,
Let me know in the comments if you are a Brit in the American, you relate to them, or if you're just an American and you do all that stuff. Shout out to Emma as well. Her link to the channel is in the description. Go and check her out. But subscribe here first. We'd really appreciate it. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. I spoke a lot. People who don't like me anyway, you're going to be like, James always pauses. James always talks too much. Well, the original video's in the description. And I hope you had a fantastic day. Anyway, if you're a legend and made it to this point, absolutely love you guys. And we'll see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.